Hey guys, this is Alex the Maniac. My name is Ivan, and welcome to Exanima. I'm so glad I can present to you guys this game. I came across it a few days ago, and I actually bought it on Steam for 15 euros. And this is a beta, so it's still in development. And this game is actually a prelude to a bigger game that's supposed to come out, I don't know when, it still hasn't got a fixed date yet. Sui Generis, it's called. And this is actually like a prelude to that game. This should take 15-20 years before the happenings at Sui Generis. So this actually came out because they wanted to present the combat system and the just the game and the physics in it to the people, so they can see how it will all function and how it all works. And I say physics particularly because this game is just something completely different than what you ever played or seen before, and I just freaking love it. This is maybe something we've been waiting for, just that arcadey stuff that we get the last like 10 15 years. It's finally somebody that took that and took the possibilities of a PC or just the power of today's computers and use that to make something really awesome. Physics in these games are totally real. All the swings, all the hits, everything is like in real life physics based, and it's an amazement what they done. So the controls and the controlling your character and fighting is something that you just have to unlearn everything you think you knew about, controls and fighting, and just start to learn it all anew and start to adapt to this new system. You will look like a totally drunk fool when you start, and it will be frustrating, and you will probably die a lot. But if you have the patience for it, and I'm just playing a couple of days, and you can see it's already much better. When you can't see how it was horrible. I was stumbling around, falling down and whatnot. So now it's much better. It's much more satisfying. But instead of me explaining you guys the physics and how it all came to be and how it all works, I cut out some parts of videos out of the Kickstarter video of their Kickstarter, and I leave the link below for the Kickstarter video. But I think he will do a much better job explaining to you guys how it all works. So
Hi, my name is Marek Evans. My friends and I recently started a company called Bare Mettle Entertainment, and we're developing an RPG, Sui Generis. This game is something we've been wanting to do since we were teenagers. Back then, technologies were changing really fast, and in our naivety, we thought that anything was possible. We played a lot of open-world RPGs, and we imagined that soon these would be very realistic simulated worlds. We got really excited about this, and it became our life's ambition to make such a world. This is our prototype. There's not much in terms of content yet. Our focus has been on function and tools that are a bit too technical for this video. But I think what we can show you is enough that you can realize its potential. Here you can see some rigid body dynamics and some very unique technology. Everything uses accurate physics. Most importantly, accurate collisions. This isn't boxes and cylinders. Things are what they look like, and the way things snag and tumble adds incredible realism. The best thing is that we don't need to do anything to get this working. These are just standard 3D models, and we get all this completely automatically. That's our entire development philosophy. To make this game with a small team, we need a completely plug-and-play development environment. We can't afford to spend hours on every little thing. Characters are animated by muscular contractions, highly dynamic behaviors, and physical forces. The gameplay implications of this are truly vast, and it really brings our characters to life. As you can see, I'm actually physically parrying blows with my weapons. The effects of every blow are based on actual forces and collisions. There's no knockdown effect. The force of the blow caused me to lose my balance. When you fight someone, it feels personal. Characters behave so dynamically and unpredictably that you can't just dismiss them as mindless drones. The controls are actually really simple. It's all about timing and fluid movements. Everything you do affects the forces you exert, and you can almost feel them. This is definitely a case of easy to learn and difficult to master. While the skeleton reassembles, I'm putting it in slow motion so you can see what's going on a little better. Spells, or powers as we call them, are also heavily based on physics. This is a basic and not very spectacular power, but they're coming soon. This effect, and literally anything that emits light, such as lava, small fires, or a glowing weapon, will actually cast light on everything around them. And here we have the great outdoors. We have advanced content streaming, which can handle a practically limitless landmass without any loading times. You can move around the game world seamlessly. Our weather and time of day systems are total overkill for an ISO game, though you can see the sky in reflections. The sky is fully procedural and dynamic. Clouds are volumetric and use advanced lighting. We actually don't just have a time of day system, but a time of year, geographical location, and a database of real celestial bodies. Basically, a built-in stellarium. So far we have rain and thunderstorms. When it rains, things look wet, and water is accordingly disturbed. It's hard to appreciate all at video frame rates, but lightning strikes are positional. The frequency of the flash's flicker is based on real-world data. And the sound of thunder takes time to reach you based on distance. You might take a lot of what you see for granted, but consider that I programmed everything myself. There's no third-party technology. Graphics, physics, audio, user interface, all the backends. I wrote every single line of code. This is actually also a huge advantage because I'm intimately familiar with every detail. Making changes, adding features, or just trying things out is something we can do very easily. Over the years, our vision has grown to include many goals. And we're also keen on our game having high production values. We too have grown from excited teenagers to professionals, and we're very much aware of the difficulties we face. We're a small team talking about an ambitious project and a whole bunch of things that have never been done before. We had to prove we could do this. About a year ago, we decided that time had come. Today, we've done everything we said we could and much more.
Now this is something which just makes me so freaking hyped for this game, and I wanted to show you guys this Kickstarter video a bit because you can see the outside here and how they are developing Sui Generis, you know, how the world is gonna come together, because Exanima is in a dungeon, you know, and you don't see the outside world. Now I didn't have the chance to play the single player much, I don't know where you get with it, you know, so if there is an outside world, but this fight look at that big boss and that ball flying around and those physics at work, you know? Like that end of that freaking maze of his, that ball, that's what you have to watch for, because it will kick your ass. It's just amazing. I love it.
The focus has been on technical stuff. That's the how. What we want is to make a world that is interesting and stimulating. A game that is fun, in the moment, every time you play it. We'll give it everything we've got, regardless. That's also why we have no specific stretch goals. Everything we make above our initial target will go into hiring new talent, outsourcing assets, making our world richer. I hope that we've managed to convey our vision to you, and that you also want to see it come to life. With your support, we can make it happen. Thanks for watching.
Now let me show you a little bit of Exanima. As I said, there's this arena mode and there's new game. This is the single player mode that you can play as well. So you have your character creation. This is also something like that they did, but you can check the character creation for yourself out. It doesn't have that much features, but the physics of your guy actually affect the combat as well, as you can imagine. If you are bigger, you have more mass, you know. If you are more scrawny and smaller, of course you will be harder to hit because you're not that big, and it will also affect then your mass and you know, stuff like that. But the whole implications of the physics will, of course, be better and more as they develop the game. And as I showed here a little bit, you have a little bit of a choice what skills you wanna learn or develop, because the skill you choose isn't the skill that you got, but you have to fill that little above that orange you saw, that experience bar. And when you fill that up, that's when you learn that skill and then can use it. That kind of was confusing me a bit, because I chose the skill and I was trying it out and nothing happened, and I was like, what the shit, like this doesn't work at all. And yeah, as I said, so you have to like gain enough experience so you get that skill. But you can see here, it took me about 10-15 minutes till I figured out that I can pick this up. So I just wanted to show you guys, because it's in a beta, there isn't a full tutorial that can show you what you can do, so you have to learn it yourself. And I'll see that I make a video for like a guide, you know, for this game. It definitely deserves it. So I found a plank here, but when I take it, my torch goes out, because this plank is two-handed. So if I swing it, he swings it with two hands, so I can't carry my torch with me. So that's another thing, you know. If you wanna swing a big weapon, you'll have to walk in the darkness. You can always drop your torch, as you see here, and it will light the area around it. So that's an option, you know, if you need to fight, drop your torch so you have the light and you can swing a big freaking weapon at somebody. But it's just cool that they you know, did this whole physics. I just love it what they did. So you can then search your surroundings. There's no big indicators, you know, stuff that you can use or anything. It's really a game that doesn't hold your hand. You have to be patient, search, and you know, be vigilant, as they say. Look around you to find stuff, to try stuff, to see what works, what you can use or not. And the door, you open the door yourself, you know, you pull it with the mouse and you can open it. And as I saw this guy coming out, I wanted to close it again, but yeah, we couldn't. So I wanted to just maybe smack him a little bit with the door. Kill him with the door, but it didn't work. So yeah, let's fight him. But the lighting, look at because I'm holding the torch, the light source is in my hand, and look at those shadows, and everything is so dynamic. It's so, it adds so much to the atmosphere, you know, to the whole thing. So I can already imagine in Sui Generis you saw the outside world. Imagine going into a cave or into a dungeon and, you know, having that light source and having to pick if you're gonna have the shield in your hand or you're gonna have the light to see better. make those choices, make those sacrifices. Because as you can see, every enemy is dangerous. Every enemy can have a lucky shot into your head, especially now he has an axe in his hand and I just have a table leg or something. And the blood was just added just recently with the new beta, and I love it that they did that. It adds so much to the dynamic and the blows that you can see my bar down there. The yellow one is like a stamina bar, and the red one is permanent damage. So it can hit you and knock out your stamina, but it refills slowly. But if he hit you hard enough, he will do permanent damage, and then you get that red bar, and that's the thing where stamina won't regenerate anymore. So, different kinds of blows. And you can see here you have, like, in the arena you have the practice mode, which I recommend fully, and then you have like the arena mode, which is also kind of new that they added now, and I love that. It's so much fun, this arena mode. um, this is where you start. You have a few areas side there to the side. This is gonna be filled as well with NPCs. Now you can hire some people to fight for you, but you will be able to hire people to fight with you. So you'll have fights with 2 on 2 or 3 on 3 or something like that. So you'll have here NPCs or people you hired or people you can hire, sitting there in the bar. You also have a dummy you can train here. Also recommend try it out, try to get used to the combat. But there will be adding like a lot of new features, and they are adding it. As I said, blood was added just recently, and a few more features, but let me show you just a little how the fight looks like. This is like a fray fight, so you'll have not only one-on-one, but also this like free for all, which is also kind of amazing. And you fight there, you earn money, and then you have a shop, you can buy new stuff, and you level up, you learn new skills, and then you can then join like more harder fights, with harder levels of AI. And you can see here it's a mess and it's dangerous. Like, you go in, try to swing, and you get hit. Even if he didn't swing at you, you get hit because you were near there. Like a referee in a box fight will get hit even if he wasn't the target. But it's so much fun because every fight is of course different, and you never know what's gonna happen and what the outcome is gonna be. And you can see there I'm stumbling over the body down, and now the thing about it is you can pick up stuff from the bodies if you have time. Like, I wanted to mess with this one, but they kind of finished there on the side and she came at me. There is female and male characters as well. And I wanted to like show different stuff and show how it all functions, but then I thought, that's gonna make the video too long, and I'll make a separate video as a guide. There's really a bunch of stuff here that can be really useful for new players, that stuff you can't figure out, and I saw people reporting it as bugs, and you don't know. I thought also I had a bug or two as well, almost like reinstalled the whole game because I thought it didn't work. So I'll make that guide as well. Uh, see that I put it out as soon as I can. So that's it for now. I hope you guys like it. Let me know what you think about it, and if you like to see a guide as well in the comments below, and I leave the link to the Kickstarter as well. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all next time.